What is going on, guys? It is your boy Eric of EMFC,
This is Derek of the Extended DMFC channel.
and welcome to the first Wrestle Chat Wednesday of 2025. As we promised, we're back. We're going to be back. We're going to take a little break from the holidays. I hope everyone had a great holidays, Christmas, New Year's. We're back on the grind. Derek, how you feeling?
A lot better. I got sick over the weekend, so that sucked. Um, but the sickness has passed. The Netflix era has arrived. I'm feeling great,
So we like to
as you can
hear.
tell by the expression on my face. I'm so ecstatic. I'm actually really hyped. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. But yes,
Dude,
it's
it's
2025.
I know.
I It still hasn't hit me, but I wrote a receipt out yesterday when I was working, and I put 2025. Like usually, I'll always mess up, and I'll put like 2024 on there or like the
Mhm,
previous
mhm,
year.
mhm,
But first glance, I was like 2025. It's just like, it's like I've been here already.
mhm. It's weird because it's one of the first times ever where I'm like, oh, I feel I feel like it's time for 2025. I feel like I'm excited to celebrate. You know, you always go to New Year's party and like, okay, whatever, it's the same old
Yeah.
ish. But like this year, I actually genuinely felt like, oh, 2024 is done with. Let's go on to 2025. Maybe it's because we've done so much here on EMFC or just personally, right? We've just done so many things that now I feel like it was just over with that year. Move on to the next year, and always with a new year comes a new wrestling year, and that's what we're here for. Matt will be joining us soon to give his opinions, but with WWE, they took a new year literally this time. Um, the first time, I guess, a major television program, especially the longest reigning or longest televised program of all time, Monday Night Raw, has now transferred to the new domain of well, it's Netflix. I don't know what do you want to call it.
Well, like it's live streaming on a platform, right? This is like we've seen it already with Amazon Prime streaming football. Now they're taking it into hockey as well too. But this is the first time that wrestling has gotten off of the network cable, network television that they've relied on for decades, and
Mhm.
have tried a totally new and different approach. And it's kind of funny too, because one of my patients, a few of my patients I'm finding are wrestling fans, and I'm kind of just like, part of my job now is just kind of like trying to be like, yo, so you watch wrestling? He's like, yeah, I watch a little bit. I'm like, all right, cool, let's talk. Um, so one of my patients, he came in and saw me today, and he was like, dude, like I couldn't find SmackDown on Friday, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. So like, we're in Canada, and I don't know if you noticed, but like, I don't think they're streaming like WWE on Sportsnet 360 anymore.
Oh, I didn't notice at all. In all honesty.
So, SmackDown, like it didn't show on our regular channel. Like I watched it on USA Network.
Okay.
But Monday Night Raw is obviously on Netflix now because of the exclusive stuff. I don't know about NXT, but like I think that like now that Sportsnet has taken on the rights to TNA and now they're broadcasting TNA,
Mm.
like I don't think they're broadcasting WWE stuff anymore.
And Netflix pretty much took over with the duties for international.
Yeah.
There was some other like rumors that we heard and we confirmed on Netflix itself. One of them being that only the United States get commercials. The rest of the world, Netflix, they don't get commercials. They get to see behind the scenes. The commentators are still talking, and it was really cool to see like those in between segments.
Mhm.
Pamak, if you took advantage of some areas to, we're not fully televised. Yeah, let me start swearing a bunch. But it was cool. It was an interesting thing.
The
Um,
WWE account actually posted it too. It was hilarious.
yeah. You showed us today. That's
Oh my
hilarious,
goodness, so good.
especially the banter with Dom. But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it's just new in general because like yes, they showed even NFL on Netflix as well for
Hmm.
Christmas. They did the boxing event that happened last month, but I feel like this is the first time like it's taking full time responsibilities on a weekly
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Because
Um,
even with like hockey and NFL, it's not like they're streaming everything. It's not like they have red zone. They
just
take a
like
couple of
one night.
games.
Yeah.
A lot of the games are still being broadcasted on the sports channels. Whereas
Mhm.
like wrestling is now predominantly on Netflix. Like I watch NXT on Netflix. I'm
I
going to
know,
watch SmackDown on Netflix. Like
and the replays
Netflix,
too.
yeah, like everything is there. It runs so much better than the WWE network did because the WWE network didn't post episodes until a month after it was done, right? Whereas like
Hmm.
now Netflix has the episode up like immediately after,
Yeah.
which is this is not a plug for Netflix by the way, but if Netflix is watching and you see it, it's like happy go up. Sponsor my membership, please. Even though I'm paying like next to nothing, which is another great thing about it too. Is like I'm paying a small fee of $5.99 Canadian, which is probably worth like $2 in the states. Um, and I get the WWE Network, just like I wanted it, and I also get like access to all the Netflix shows. Whereas like the WWE Network alone, back when I was paying for it, was like $15 a month, right? So
Mhm.
huge saving. I still get everything I want, and I get even more, right? So, yeah, it's the Netflix thing so far has become such a huge thing, and I think it's definitely gonna cater to a lot of people.
That's what we have in the chat right now. Actually, they're saying, "What are our thoughts of Raw on Netflix debut?" Just, I guess we were already starting off with the beginning of how it is because we're from Canada, right? So it's a little bit different than what it is from the United States, and we got to see that firsthand as well. um because there's a lot of rumors and speculations going around online of how it's going to work, right? So we were just
Yeah,
discussing how we get Sportsnet, and that's how we watch wrestling. But because now Netflix took over internationally, um there's no more live television, so it has to be on Netflix, yes or yes. So that's SmackDown, though I do have access to American channels. um was not on any Canadian channel. So if you're Canadian, you missed out.
hmm,
Even though I was busy and I caught up on that with Twitter, or X now as it's called. But yeah, we had a lot of questions for Monday Night Raw. The first one being, is there going to be commercials? Because they promised no commercials for internationals, and there
yeah,
wasn't. There was no
yeah,
commercials. It would cut to black for, I guess, Americans to see, and then all of a sudden it went back, and the feed was live, and the announcers were still going. It was sick to see, actually, like almost kind of like behind the scenes kind of stuff.
yeah.
NXT
It's
is
like
the
it was
only
live.
one that they had like a little video package instead, so they didn't
Yeah,
show the behind the scenes. But I guess that was to be expected compared to Monday Night Raw, which is promoted everywhere.
yeah. I'm
Um,
I'm assuming that the shows that are still on network television, because again NXT and SmackDown are still on USA Network. It's gonna be kind of like a reverse deal where like they're gonna be getting commercials and we're gonna be getting like just ads just to cover the space. Whereas like since Raw is exclusively on Netflix, like I guess the deal is that we get to see all that, right? So
mhm. And as you're saying, Netflix can still be achievable very cheap. I do have like a deal with Kudo that has Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon. So because I was already paying Amazon almost the same price for it, for like $15. So like
yeah,
it made sense to combine them all together. I don't know how much that is in USD, but
I think it
but
was like $20 for the per month for all three of them, right? Or something like that.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that deal. I was gonna take it,
Mm.
but I'm not really on Disney Plus like that. Amazon, but I do have Amazon, so maybe that's something I might look into.
But ever since then, I got to watch a lot of things on every program. Like once you have
Yeah,
it, like you can keep switching from one to the other if you want to watch movies or shows with like family or whatever. So it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool. But again, WWE, it was huge because it became the number one show on Netflix. At the moment, it was Squid Games for a while. I still haven't watched the second season. I've heard mixed reviews about it. To me, their number one show is Dragon Ball Daima, of course. Fantastic. Akira Toriyama's a genius. Vegeta finally went Super Saiyan 3. It's great.
Spoilers.
But besides that, yeah, I think it was a great platform to start with. Um, just in general, I guess WWE are being trailblazers. The show itself, if we want to do the recap now, I guess everyone already wants to hear our thoughts, so let's start it. We were gonna wait for our third member, Matt, but he's still not here yet, so he will give his opinion afterwards. Derek, what do you think of Netflix? Sorry, Netflix. What do you think of Raw on Netflix?
Um, Raw on Netflix. I thought it was great. I thought it was and here's Matt in the chat saying Rogers is the biggest heel. I'm assuming he's having internet issues again, so
It's
so we
crazy.
will see how this goes.
That's
But
actually nuts.
that's yeah, because I have Rogers too, and they have been blessing me for like the last year. Shout out to Rogers real
I have
quick.
Rogers too, and they've been okay for me so far. Though, they always flop every once in a while. It's been
Yeah.
a minute.
It's been a minute, yeah. I haven't had any issues, but yeah, Raw on Netflix. I thought it was great. Like, I think it was presented really, really well. It was very evident that I feel like it was a product that was like meant to cater um, to new viewers, right? To people who aren't really exposed to the day to day product, to who aren't really exposed to what sports entertainment wrestling, pro wrestling is all about, and what WWE. They wanted to make it as huge as possible. The amount of celebrities that were in the building too was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that I feel like it did great. The matches were good, and like it was surprising to me because they only had 4 matches for the night, and they made it span for 3 hours. And mind you, it felt like there was a lot of like stuff in between where they were doing like individual interviews. They were doing like highlights and like to celebrities and to other superstars doing like small individual promos and stuff like that, crowd interaction and all that stuff. But like just to kind of, I guess it felt like it was more so meant to kind of like really show the visual presentation of Monday Night Raw to new people and be like, oh, this
Mm-hmm.
looks really cool. This might be something I want to see going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I think that
but like,
summarizes it perfectly. Actually, it was
yeah,
just like I don't know. It was almost like a mini WrestleMania, and I think the way you said it was the best way to describe the whole thing. Where it is a presentation, a huge big event to showcase, obviously WWE taking over a new landscape, but also kind of like trying to appeal to either younger or newer viewership because typically people already knew about WWE since the Attitude Era days. Then afterwards, their childhood with probably like Ruthless Aggression and PG era, and then maybe fell off a little bit in between. As of late, it's been getting more popular in the mainstream, and that's what I guess TKO and Triple H has helped build in a
hmm
way. And like even the rest was like Roman Reigns becoming or Rhea Ripley also becoming larger than life and being promoted in other avenues, right?
hmm
Um, Netflix is huge, and we discussed it in person. Imagine all the little kids discovering wrestling for the first time just by
hmm
flipping past Netflix, or people like, oh, I haven't seen wrestling in a very long time. The way Michael Cole described a lot of the commentary, he said, "This is the match that's happening. This is the story that's led
yeah,
to it,
yeah,
kind of like a recap, and this is what you're seeing." And then
yeah,
they have all like the big event, the lights, the celebrities showcasing, oh, this is a huge event, and people are like, oh, let me take a look. And my older brother, who hasn't seen wrestling in such a very long time, he was so excited to get back into wrestling, and he was excited for all the legends and all the stars and the storylines that were happening. But even half the time, he's like, "Oh man, I haven't seen such a long time. I have no idea who these people are." But he was having a good time, so I guess that's what summarized what WWE was trying to do. And again, number one show on Netflix. So, sorry, I think you were gonna say something after Derek
No,
or
I was
between.
just gonna get into like the recap of like SmackDown and
Hmm.
Raw, but like to kind of add on to your point, I really, really like Michael Cole's commentary just because, yeah, as you said before, he was really giving a small backstory recap of a lot of superstars for people who may not be familiar with it.
Hmm.
So, like the most prominent or prevalent thing for me was when he was talking about Dominic Mysterio during the match with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and I was talking about like why is Dom here, like why this move is such like when Liv Morgan went for the frog splash with the
For the
three
Three Amigos,
amigos, like
yeah.
explaining like yeah, like this is why she does it. It's like meant to pay homage to the superstar who passed away like some time ago.
Hmm.
And yada yada yada, right? So like just those like small tidbits that he kind of already does it already. Be like, oh, like this disrespectful and stuff, and it's kind of done in a way where people already know. Whereas like the way he did it this time, it was like this gives you a quick recap. This is why we're booing. This is why we hate it, right? Like it's you
Hmm.
know what I mean, right? And like kind of given that context, again, like these guys are the soundtrack of the matches in the ring, so it gives you a better idea of what you're watching, why things are being done the way that they're being done. And like I thought that was just really cool.
Yeah. Pretty much. Again, it was unique in that way, but also now if we're gonna get into the matches, which I'll put up the screen that we usually put up.
Yeah,
Before we get into that, even the matches and the way they set it up was more so like a WrestleMania event, like a pay-per-view where they had actual humongous storylines, and instead of paying off at WrestleMania, which they want to do with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, what they want to do with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, even the Roman Reigns versus Solo Sokoa. Oh my god. He unbecame the tribal chief. I already forgot his name.
yeah,
Um and they put it on live television. They With the first Netflix on Raw, I guess the first Raw of Netflix on Raw, Raw Netflix, and the first Raw of the new year, they put it all on there just to showcase this is what wrestling is about. If you continue watching, there's gonna be more stories like this or more big matches like this. So it was its own monster, as they would say. Now
yeah,
moving forward, I guess we can recap the actual matches because Matt says here that he is done in. That apparently Rogers came in to set up the new modem, but he didn't set up the pod downstairs. So I think he might be screwed. But he's here in the chat. If you want to give your 2 cents, go ahead. The first thing. Oh no, he's here.
oh,
The
we could
first
double.
thing I see here is SmackDown when I put it up. But oh, okay, I guess SmackDown, big things that happen on it. So before we go
Yeah,
into
that.
Raw, explain to what happened on SmackDown. I
All
forgot
right,
completely
cool.
about it.
Yeah, I'll do a quick recap.
Hmm.
So we had the Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre confrontation. Drew McIntyre basically saying that he wants to help Cody Rhodes, is that he's doing too much. He's putting too much on the line for his reputation and for his status in WWE, and like he wants to help him. Cody Rhodes tells him to shove it, basically.
Shove it.
Um, and Drew McIntyre basically tells him to watch his back. To which, when Kevin Owens attacks him from behind, they get into a little bit of a brawl. Andrade Shinsuke Nakamura had a non-title match against each other. Banger. Um, then we had DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns have a title match for the tag team titles.
Which was supposed to
Banger.
be the
It
Street
was supposed
Profits.
to be the Street Profits, but they had apparently gotten injured over the weekend, so they were not clear to compete. So the Motor City Machine Guns went in their place. They had a banger. Finish led to a disqualification because of uh, secondary storyline in which they're still trying to figure out who attacked the Street Profits backstage to lead DIY to get the tag team titles,
Okay.
which all fingers are pointing towards DIY doing it. Pretty Deadly said that it was Legado del Fantasma. Legado del Fantasma took exception to the fact that they were falsely accused, that they went after Pretty Deadly.
Really?
Pretty Deadly was out during the match because DIY basically promised that if they helped them win, that they would get a tag team title match. So it just kind of turned into like a whole, four-way fight brawl situation. But DIY retained their titles by disqualification. Naomi and Nia Jax had their women's championship match, which was also a banger. That match I think went for like 30 minutes. Amazing, really, really good match. The match finish came when Tiffany Stratton, who had not been seen all night, came to tease cashing in her contract. Distracts the referee, ends up hitting Naomi, where Nia Jax takes advantage of it. She retains the title. They all celebrate together, and then while Nia Jax has a back turn, she hits Nia Jax with the briefcase, attacks Candice LeRae, and actually cashes in her contract on Nia Jax, beats her, and becomes the new women's champion, which
Big
was a
shocker.
huge moment,
Hmm.
huge shocker, especially the way that was executed. Because like she teased the cash in, took the tease away, then actually did the turn, which like no one really saw coming.
Hmm. I know Seba gave an opinion. He's probably here in the chat where he said that he'd rather Naomi win uh the women's championship that way to give her flowers at least, and
Yeah.
then the cash in to happen just to ruin her. But apparently it was not to be. I did not watch the SmackDown though. I caught up again a lot of it on Twitter. I think I was
Hmm.
out during that time. But yeah, that cash in was huge, and I remember you guys were freaking out in the chat without trying to spoil it to us. And then like
Hmm.
I started freaking out. I was like, "Holy smoke, she actually did it!" It was the first show of the new year of 2025. So it was an interesting way to showcase it. But again, I wish it wasn't more of a pay per view or like a bigger event, kind of like on Netflix. But it was good.
All right. We have backstage segment where the Usos are heading towards the ring. Kevin Owens brushes Jey Uso. Um, After they were talking to Sami Zayn, so Sami Zayn went to go prepare for his match. Kevin Owens brushes him. Jey Uso says, "Yo, watch where you're going," and Kevin Owens tells him to watch him back, which was very eerily similar to what Drew McIntyre told Cody Rhodes before Kevin Owens attacked him. Leading into the six-man tag main event where the Bloodline faced the OG Bloodline. And that finish came because Drew McIntyre kind of distracted Jey Uso. Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa took advantage, and they ended up going over and winning the match and closing out the show with Solo Sikoa standing tall, leading into the Tribal Combat match for the Netflix debut.
Mhm.
And
Overall,
that was SmackDown.
SmackDown was like almost kind of like a little like teaser to what's gonna happen on Monday Night Raw, and at the same time setting up Monday Night Raw. So I guess it's time for Monday Night Raw, and now Matt is here. Oh, he's gone. He's back to give his opinion. Monday Night Raw live on Netflix at 8 p.m. It's updated here. Um, Before we get into what happened in the match, tell us how you felt. I
Yeah, you
assume you're
want to know
listening
my
to us.
opinion? You want to know my opinion? It was
Yeah.
all right, but now I'm looking back, it was definitely mid as fuck.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
know. I want to see storylines, bro. I don't want to see all this wrestling. All right, I'm here for people talking. And no, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, they could have worked The Rock and John Cena into a better like situation where it's like they're just talking. I know I said I want to see talking, but I want to see purposeful talking. I want somebody to come out and chat shit to The Rock, and then he hits him with a rock bottom. Not this. Oh my god, I love you, Netflix. Kiss your babies. That's it. I'm just slightly pissed off at Rogers, but you know,
Uh,
this is also odd. I'm not used to hearing myself while I'm talking. Hold on.
but the
Oh
biggest,
yeah, it's
I,
better.
I guess, the biggest talking point when it came to The Rock was that he was
A
a well.
face.
I mean, Derek, you could start us off with the beginning of Raw. Just let us know what happened, and then we can make our way
Okay.
through.
So Raw, quick recap. So yeah, starts off with the Raw coming out, basically talking about the gravity of the Netflix deal, thanking the Netflix sponsors, acknowledging the people, acknowledging the guys who have been working to keep WWE afloat. Specifically acknowledges uh Roman Reigns, and he acknowledges Cody Rhodes. It says that Cody Rhodes has been carrying, and that he's been doing a great job as champion. And basically went over, hugged him, and gave him his flowers, and that was it. Um,
Which was uncharacteristic, and people were very upset about it. It
that
was weird. It was
yes,
very, very weird, as Matt was saying.
Mhm.
Because like he was a heel,
I
full on
think
heel, but this time he didn't come out more like The Rock. He came more so out like Dwayne Johnson, the executive of
I think he should
TKO.
have came out in a different uniform.
Yeah.
Because like he came out looking like the final boss, and then we got the corporate boss. Come out in a suit then or something. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
And then after the
Then
segment,
at
he went
least
live
at least we
too.
could say, oh, this is separate.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know. It
Honestly,
just
no,
got confusing after him.
it would have made sense if it did like that, right? Like if he didn't come out with his full gear and his damn replica belt or whatever.
Like I
Um.
I get it, but it's,
Hmm.
it's confusing for the viewers that have already been there. All
Hmm.
the other viewers are like, oh, it's Dwayne, it's Dwayne, so they
Hmm.
don't understand. But I seen him beat Cody Rhodes within an inch of his life last year, right?
Hmm.
That's the best like Raw and SmackDown we've seen ever, and this was hyped up to be super lit. That's why in my head I'm like,
You're
was
expecting
this
him to beat
actually
the
that
hell out
good?
of someone? No, it was really good.
I don't know.
It's just, it was very inconsistent when it comes to stories. I guess, as you said,
Yeah,
people online have posted, and we saw in the videos where he's getting his ass beat. And then, like I said, he went live backstage. He went with Cody Rhodes. They start drinking tequila together. They're having a great conversation. Travis Scott comes
yeah.
out. He's freaking smoking a blunt. Is lit.
Oh,
Um,
that's why I have it, bro. Wish we were there. It's lit,
he
bro.
drank his tequila, took the bottle with him into the truck, and drove away, which is drinking and driving. People were
illegal.
like, "What the heck is going on, bro? Like, is this even canon?"
It just felt
Uh,
really odd compared to what Triple H usually puts out, which is fine. But like in my head, I'm like, did this really grab the noobs?
oh, it
That
did.
to make them want to
Yeah.
watch.
It did. Number one
Yeah,
show.
it did. Yeah, it did because The Rock was there,
Really?
and
Mm,
that's all that matters. Rock was there.
mm.
But I have my
Okay.
theories as to why that was what it was. I don't know if we
Okay.
want to go into it now or
In
if
the
we
heat.
take it into a grain of salt. But
Yeah, we might as well.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, I guess we could save it for your segment. Yeah.
but I do have my theories as to why that was a thing. But moving on with Monday Night Raw, started off with the tribal combat, which I personally believe should have been the main event of the show. But
Yep.
you
Oh,
know,
100%.
we had the tribal combat match. Great match. Solo Sikoa looked fire in this match. As far as I'm concerned, I thought he looked really good in that ring. I think he really carried himself in a way that like everything that they had built him up to be up until this point worked for this match, and it made you really actually think like he could win, kind of thing, right? But he lost. Roman Reigns is the original tribal chief. But cool match. A lot of like interference in between. The bloodline got involved on both sides. Kevin Owens almost cost Roman Reigns the match. Cody Rhodes came out for the save. But at the end, Roman hit Solo with 2 spears and finished him off and was able to reclaim the Ula Fala. The Rock came out after the match, asked Paul Heyman if he could bestow that honor, and which he gave. He put the Ula Fala on Roman Reigns. They shook hands, but then they had like a tense stare down. And The Rock just sort of like watched him as he like was back on top, and that was how that went.
Matt wanted a rock bottom, but didn't happen.
Yeah, I also wanted a rock bottom, but we'll also delve into that at some point.
Mm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we had Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the women's championship. Another great match, cool match that showcased both women. Really cool way to really start off the Netflix era. Back and forth match. Rhea Ripley was able to defeat Liv Morgan and become the new women's champion. After which, The Undertaker unexpectedly came out and kind of gave her flowers. With the motorcycle and the thing and everything, which was a really cool moment and a really cool shot.
Nostalgia.
Um,
Nostalgia pushing, and
pretty,
again, pushing like
Don't
old
worry, we'll
stars
get
so people
into it
can.
during the sheets.
Okay.
Because, that was an original. That was an
yeah.
original plan.
But yeah, again,
So
reiterating that it attracted the casual viewer onto
yeah.
like the newer superstars, which was cool. And again, the match was what it was, and we even mentioned before a lot of swearing in between Pat McAfee and Dirty Dom. Again, because we were Canadian, an international crowd, we have not the 51st state, of course. You Americans can suck it.
Never.
With your commercials. We got to see through the commercials, and we got to see Pat McAfee cuss the ish out of Dirty Dom, or we can't say it here live on Twitch. Very out of pocket, but very fantastic, and we love that there was no bleeps for that. But yeah, it was a sick match in general. What was the other match? Oh, there was one more. The Jey
Yeah, there was
Uso
2 more.
and
We had Jey
before the main
Uso
event.
and
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre.
Mm.
Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, back and forth, cool match. Jey Uso got a roll up on Drew.
Just
Pretty much,
summarize it. I think the
pretty much.
the highlight of that was that Travis Scott came out. They're like,
Yes.
come outside. And then, he come with a blunt and he was smoking in the crowd, and the crowd were all eating. It was a sick moment. It was cool.
Yeah.
We're down with Travis Scott, but I don't know if we've ever seen anyone smoke a blunt on wrestling besides Snoop Dogg, but
And I don't even think he did smoke a blunt
I
on.
mean, I don't even-
no? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
like
trying
I
to
don't
think
even
back.
Yeah, like it's never. I don't think I've seen it. I've seen cigars being smoked, like back in the Attitude Era, but like this is the first time I saw a blunt being smoked on TV, which was fucking. You saw me. I was already like, what is going on here? And it's just like
You think about the
y'all call me.
kids.
Yeah, like think about the children. And it's just like, y'all calling me carrots. It's like, yo, this is like I don't think like you don't usually even see people smoking on TV. Period. So the fact that I saw Travis Scott smoke a blunt on a live broadcast, yeah, this was great. It's top tier stuff. And then in between, Hulk Hogan comes out. He gets booed out of the building.
bad,
Loved it.
really bad. He gets booed
Loved it.
badly out of the building. The second they came out, like they had like an initial pop up, like, oh my god, Hulk Hogan's here, but then afterwards they're like, oh, Hulk Hogan's here, and then
Yeah.
they booed the hell out of him. He's trying to promote his beer line, and it may be because when they're in California, so it could be a political stance. It could be more so because he's a douchebag that buried a lot of people
That's reason.
professionally. There's another reason of being an absolute racist and piece of
That's
ish to a
yep.
lot of people, family, strangers included. Um, these reasons combined all together could create a lot of heat. Other arenas, they've been, he comes out, they may cheer him, they may boo him or whatever. But this is the first time I've seen Hulk Hogan get absolutely destroyed every time he tried to say anything. And it was almost kind of sad to see because he didn't look like he expected it. It was like a cringy. That's the best way to describe it. It was just cringy to see him get booed. So we're like, why did he come out? Why did they even bring him here? Like we don't want him.
Favorite moment of the night.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bro, there's a place in the Stone Cold. He has his own beer.
I call bull on his political views because again, the Undertaker is very much a Republican, just like Hulk
Mm-hmm.
Hogan
Yeah,
is, and he got a hero's welcome.
yep,
So I call bull on the
yep,
political views. It was very much just because Hogan's a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So you reap what you sow. So
Mm-hmm.
and then
You know, Tyler came back at him.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then we move to the main event. Main event: Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, grudge match. First time in 11 years. I think they said that these two have faced off. Cool. Like the match was good. Again, I don't think it should have closed the show, but I understand why they closed the show.
The M
But
stands for mid.
say again.
What? I said the M stands for mid.
Yeah, like the match to me was relatively mid. Like I've seen Punk, and like I'm not gonna say it's like I feel like Punk was blown up in that match. And maybe it's just because Seth is just quick or whatever the case may be. But I've seen Punk have better showings against Drew McIntyre in his matches, and I just feel like he just got blown up like relatively, like a fair bit in this match. But either way, they did their thing. Match was still pretty decent. CM Punk got the victory after nailing him with 2 GTSs cleanly, and that's how Monday Night Raw closed.
And it's weird because I don't know, we expected Seth Rollins to obviously carry the match. He's very athletic, very strong, and he's a workhorse, and he makes people look good, right? But this is one of the only matches where I'm like, he actually looked better with a slower opponent like Drew, more
Hmm.
methodical, and something that was like not technical, but more so hardcore, kind of like items like they did in Hell in a Cell or the Bull Rope match, which had gimmicks to kind of
Yeah.
cover CM Punk. CM Punk has been doing well ever since he came back to WWE. He didn't do much at War Games. In all honesty, he did a couple of those running knees, used weapons again for gimmick, and then he does his go to sleeps. Um, but this match, it just really showcased that he wasn't ready. He looked gassed. You can even look at the picture right here. He looks absolutely gassed out of his mind. It just looked like Seth Rollins was like wrestling circles around him, and it didn't feel believable for the most part when CM Punk just all of a sudden hit his finishers and just won the match. I'm like, okay, like Seth Rollins was killing you all match long, and all of a sudden, like you come back and you win with just 2 moves and that's it, right? It just didn't feel like what
Super
we
Punk.
expected it. Like the microphone was better than the actual match, so the build up to it. But all I
Mhm.
see online is like, oh my god, CM Punk's best match is coming back to WWE. Oh my god, CM Punk is so good. Oh my god, what a great match! It's
Oh my God,
fantastic.
CM Punk, double GTS, just like he did to Moxley. Oh my God, Roman's next. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly, exactly. And if you want to get to it, let's go into the grain of salt because we're gonna talk about Monday Night Raw anyways. We're gonna give our opinions.
Mhm.
I'm about to give mine very quick before.
Won't keep saying it. I take it with a grain of salt.
Oh.
So I'm gonna quickly tell my grain of salt before Derek goes off because I know he's gonna go off in a couple of things, but I want to do this before I forget. Specifically about overall Monday Night Raw. Oh my god, breaking news from Seba 2Gs. He says AEW sucks. His company sucks because they changed Kenny Omega's song.
That's
That's
crazy.
actually trash, bro. I don't know if
No,
I don't even think I
apparently
want to
Kenny
see it.
did it himself though. Kenny did it himself, and apparently it's been written by like the Final Fantasy
Oh, is it that theme?
people and
The theme that he used at Wrestle
no,
Dynasty?
Oh, I don't know if it's the same one, but I seen the post that at Wrestle Dream or not Wrestle Dream, what is it, Wrestle Kingdom
Hmm.
or whatever the hell it is,
Wrestle Dynasty, yeah.
whatever New Japan, yeah,
Trash
that
one, bang, bang,
he
bang, bang, bang.
debuted a new theme song written by people from like the Final Fantasy games or something.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it, but I
Yeah, but all
seen
of them
the
are violin.
Titantron. It looked pretty epic.
It sounds more like kind of like his old New Japan theme. Like it sounds more like a kind of like a video game final boss theme.
It sounds like it's from
Mm.
Smash
Kinda
Bros.
does.
Seba says. Good God, his theme is so good, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Anyways, we'll listen
Battle
to
Cry
it.
was the track. Battle Cry was the track. Yeah.
We'll listen to it eventually, and then we'll probably give our opinion next week. But anyways, back to Raw Netflix. Um, it is kind of like what we gathered together, but my overall shtick of it was I'm glad that all these legends came back. I was actually happy with John Cena's promo. I was happy with Rock's promo because it was more so, it's The Rock, and then he put over WWE and the superstars. He did his corporate thing. John Cena actually promoted a story. He says that I acknowledge my losing streak, but I'm gonna try to fight for the championship, and he gave his opinions. He made himself look like the underdog again, which is like our childhood, like from the beginning, and then he's pushing his way up, which is going to be great. He promoted the Royal Rumble, created the road to WrestleMania again. The match with Roman and Solo, as Derek said, should have been the main event. Because of all these big events happening, I felt like it just slowed down. And personally, to me, it slowed down throughout the night. It was sick, fast paced. All these superstars, The Rock, John Cena, The Undertaker, all coming out. These major championship matches or Ulafala matches at the beginning, items, weapons. By the time it came to Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre, I didn't give a shit about their match anymore. Travis Scott was lit and it reawakened me. But honestly, I felt like the energy even on the crowd died down a lot because I felt like we saw the main event first and then it went down, down, down slowly. People lost their energy. And when it came to CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, it wasn't as exciting as possible. So maybe if I rewatch the match, maybe it'll be a better match. But from what I saw, I was already like exhausted from it, and not even as exhausted as CM Punk. So, my opinion, I feel like the Raw was really good. It was great to showcase it on Netflix. I feel like there's been better Raws and Smackdowns. It's a good start to the year. Hopefully, they continue moving forward. There was a couple of things that were missed. Penta couldn't debut. They rewrote his story, which we can talk about in the sheets or wherever you guys like afterwards. They removed the New Day match with Rey Mysterio. It was supposed to be Penta. Um, and then move the women's intercontinental championship match to next week as well. So there's a lot more to happen next week, and that is my grain of salt.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Mhm.
What else do we have? Okay, so my grain of salt. Huh. All right. So I'll talk about The Rock first.
Okay.
So we saw the promo, and it was very uncharacteristic, and people were kind of having speculation and reasons as to why it was, and The Rock kind of tried to address it on NXT with that promo,
Mhm.
basically
He did a
saying
terrible job. Go on.
saying, like The Rock's always 20 steps ahead, like just enjoy the ride that The Rock's taking you on, or whatever kind of thing. I feel like I've been a Rock fan long enough to know that this was his way of saying that he's not working WrestleMania.
Yeah, honestly.
100%, bro.
And so, like, for me, because as far as I'm concerned, like, you have the opportunity to really show and tell, like, what the direction was. And I think with not doing anything, you showed what the direction was. The last time we saw Rock, he showed up at the end of the, what was it, Bad Blood pay-per-view or whatever pay-per-view. Basically signaled the 1, 2, 3 cutthroat, kind of showing that he was watching and that he sees what's going on. And it seemed like, again, like, the beef was still very much alive with Cody Rhodes and potentially with Roman Reigns. And, having the stuff with him prior to where he said that the next time that he came back, like he was coming straight for Cody. just for this Monday Night Raw for him to put over Cody and say like there's no beef, it's all good, and that's all it is, kind of thing, right? And then he goes to Roman, and they have the little stare down, but like nothing happens, and there's no direction. We don't know what's coming out of it. We don't know when The Rock is going to be back. That was all we got from it, and for me, I think it was. Shout out Reno. Thank you, Reno, for showing up. But to me, I think it was very much a we'll play it safe and leave this idea for people's fans in people's minds right now. And if we follow through, then I'll do what I need to do. But I don't know if I can follow through yet. So let's just leave this here and then let me go do my thing and then we'll come back to it. And we know that with The Rock too, like as soon as he knows that he can commit to something, they'll change everything that they need to change around to make it a thing. So I think it was very much an attempt of like, we're gonna keep this fresh in your minds, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. So let me step away. And I think that's all it was.
Mhm.
Which is kind of annoying because for me, like Roman Rock has to happen this year. There's only so long that I could stay invested in a storyline that he is involved in, right? And he kind of did the same thing with him and Triple H when they were teasing their WrestleMania match like years ago, and then they kind of didn't go back to it because that was just what it was, kind of thing, right? And Triple H moved on to whatever. I think he ended up facing Sting that year,
Yeah,
or
yeah, I forgot
facing
about
or
that.
uh, but yeah, so I think it's just very much like that's just kind of what it was. It was like, okay, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be involved, but like I'm not gonna tell you that I'm not coming. So here, let's tease this, and we'll let you speculate. And if I come, I come. If I don't, I don't. And I'll be here in some way, shape, or form.
And
So
honestly, the NXT promo that he did, The Rock did, that said that know your role, shut your mouth, and take The Rock knows like he's always a few steps ahead and enjoy the ride that he takes you on. It makes sense, but at the same time, apparently Moana has a bunch of reshoots happening, so
yeah,
he has to do that. And again, he has his contractual um, things to do. We already assumed that he wasn't going to make it. He mentioned that he wasn't going to make it. It looks like he's not going to make it. And again, it was Monday Night Raw for Netflix, and he's an executive to TKO, so he
yeah,
had to show up
he had
and
to be there.
promote
He
it,
had to be there.
and he had to put him over. It's disappointing that they moved the story to the side. They can pick it up afterwards. The Rock can always come in and just rock bottom them, and they're like, "That was because it was business," but now I'm back to business. You get me? Um, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna continue the story. I think they're gonna go with what they were saying they're gonna do and promote their main event matches on the side, and The Rock's not gonna show up at WrestleMania. So disappointing, but it is what
Yep.
it is.
Yep.
Mhm.
So now going to my other grain of salt. Solo.
Ooh,
So
I was gonna bring that up too.
Solo losing the Ulafala opens up a huge opportunity for Solo's next story because if you go back in history when Solo had the Ulafala and Tamatanga had joined, and Roman Reigns came back, he told the Bloodline basically that if Roman Reigns can win back the Ulafala, take back the Ulafala, that he will acknowledge him and the entire Bloodline will have to acknowledge him as well. So now we're in a position where where does Solo go from here? Because he has now lost the piece that made him the leader. So what does that do for him? What does that do to the guys who follow him? Will they fall in line with Roman Reigns? Will they not fall in line with Roman Reigns? Will they turn on Solo for letting him down? There's a lot of possibilities here for where they could take the direction now that Solo no longer has the Ulafala in his possession. So I'm very interested to see where that goes.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it to you guys a little bit later. Of where did you think you see Solo moving forward? Even Liv Morgan, because her story now is finished too. We
Mhm.
saw at the end that Dom got sacked by Rhea Ripley because he wanted to go back, but
Hmm.
he's not clearly not going back. Um, I don't know. With Solo, I thought Solo was gonna win. I thought I was gonna push the Rock story with Roman Reigns, or Roman Reigns on his solo run, no pun intended. They did promote WWE 2K25. I don't know if we mentioned that, but when
We did
he
not. Yep.
when he said that next Raw he's going to appear is January 27th. That's the Raw before the Royal Rumble. They're also going to showcase the video game a little bit more. He is the front cover star. It will actually look like a good front cover too. Now that Roman has his story, he wants to go back. He got his Ulafala back. He is the head of the table. He wants his championship most likely back. That's what the Royal Rumble's for. Solo, where does it go from here now, right? Like, it's just, I feel like he should have won. I felt like it dampened a lot of his smoke, but if Triple H can book a good story around him and the new bloodline, it should be good. I mean, Derek brought up his points. I don't know what you think about it, Matt, but um,
I
yeah.
think
What
that I
what is
think
it?
that he has to have a feud either within the bloodline, the old new bloodline, whatever we're calling it, or I think he should have a feud with John Cena. And he should do like a best of three where John Cena gets his ass whooped, since that's a feud he could have. Like, I don't know who else he would be feuding with unless it's within the bloodline, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I'm sure you can pick people that he's fucked over, but um I don't know. I'd like to see him and John Cena run it back.
Okay, okay, it's a possibility.
possibly.
Again,
Possibly.
Solo is like an open book, and I guess even like the rosters right now, they're all like open books with the storyline. Some of them are intertwined, like Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns. They're all kind of like intertwined.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. We saw Kevin Owens attack Roman Reigns, right? Again, Road to WrestleMania means the stories mix a little bit, so yeah, it could be a possibility. What about
I don't know. I
Liv
just think he
Morgan?
needs somebody to elevate him again. You know what I mean?
Okay, I
But
see
there's
what you
not
mean.
really anyone that he could like squash out, like other than like maybe like Jay, where the other side would be fine, kind of thing. Like, I'm trying to think of faces that he could beat that would actually give him some reputation, but
LA Knight.
I
If
don't
he
know.
was still
I'm
United States
beyond
champion,
blank.
it would have made sense, but I guess they could have their own rivalry too
Yeah.
there.
Like, you can't. Logan Paul's a heel. When he comes back, he'd be a big, target.
Maybe Jey
Randy
Uso.
maybe, but like, yeah. Like, I don't know where he goes from here, to be honest. Like, the only thing I can think of is him fighting Jacob, but they're not beefing yet, so I don't know.
Unless he screws
Unless
over
they bring
Roman.
Zilla in. Sorry?
They could screw over Roman. Roman tries to win the Royal Rumble and Solo eliminates him or something like that, you know?
Well, they could do that, yeah.
The
I
feud doesn't
think
end.
eventually he's gonna have to fight somebody else and have a good feud, because right now it's been a lot of Roman, right? And
Mhm.
he's already been outshadowed. Like, you see what happened when Roman came back. Everything just turned to Roman, right? And I thought Solo was doing pretty well while he was gone. Um, so I don't know. It's gonna be tough for him, but I think Solo's a really good worker and really good on the mic. So I don't think he'll have an issue. It's just he has to find that specific niche outside of the Bloodline feud, you know?
Mhm. I wonder if he's gonna have an acknowledgement show, or does he have to? I mean, Derek brought it up. They all have to acknowledge, so we shall
Yeah.
see.
Maybe go against CM Punk and like Paul Heyman. You can bring him in, like, because we still don't know what the fuck CM Punk's wish is towards. I assume it's gonna be him trying to face Roman at WrestleMania or something. But
I don't know if I told
there's a
you
lot
guys
of
this one,
options going into Mania now.
but I do
Because
have an
I've
opinion
heard,
on that too.
yeah,
No,
because
continue.
I heard things like Drew's supposed to have a big year, so he might end up facing somebody at Mania, like super big, not in the mid card. Apparently Seth is supposed to be fighting Gunther at WrestleMania now, and CM Punk and Roman would be the other side, and then you'd have John Cena versus Cody, and then John Cena would lose, obviously. But
Mm.
I've heard from other people online that those are that's what people are thinking, but a lot of those matches don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
So
I don't
But
think.
especially
that's
now
what
with The Rock,
WWE is suggesting, or what the rumors are, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I don't think Cena and Cody will happen yet. I think Randy and Cody is a better matchup for WrestleMania at this point.
Mhm, mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see. I think there's still a lot of open, and again, there's still the uncertain of like whether or not The Rock will actually work it, right? Like if
Yeah,
his
yeah,
schedule does free
for
up,
sure.
then that changes things as well too. So a lot of different directions can be taken. There's also Goldberg too.
Oh no!
Oh
Forget about that.
god,
Forget about that,
and Hulk
please.
Hogan, bro. Don't forget about that.
Oh,
Don't
he's
forget
turning
about
heel,
Hulk as
brother.
well.
He's turning heel.
So yeah, there's a lot of different directions that they can take it. So yeah, we'll see where that goes or where that takes us.
I do have a prediction though,
Yeah.
and I told Seba this. I
Oh,
don't know if I told you guys
lovely.
this or whatever. I said there's an odd where John Cena almost gets it, but then he gets eliminated by someone, whoever he's gonna face at WrestleMania. Maybe a Gunther, maybe a Braun Breaker of sorts, maybe a Solo. He gets eliminated,
Mm.
doesn't complete his dream. CM Punk gets eliminated. Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble, and then he points out Cody Rhodes that it's his time. So it's like a reverse from last year. He chooses him for a rematch. Then CM Punk comes out and he says, I want my favor from Paul Heyman. I want your main event spot at WrestleMania. And then like it intertwines like a triple threat. Intertwines a triple threat match
Oh.
between them. That way CM Punk can be carried
Okay.
in a match by Roman and Cody
Ooh.
and still get his main event top spot championship match that he's always wanted. Roman Reigns still in the
Yeah.
limelight, so people are interested in that. And Cody Rhodes is obviously the
That
champion,
sounds
so he's
good,
defending.
bro.
That actually sounds
That's a
something
good
that
one.
could be a thing. Yeah.
Because
Book
I was
it.
thinking in my head, I'm like, how is CM Punk gonna
Okay.
survive if he doesn't win the Rumble? Because other people can still win it. Because I'm like, John Cena gonna win it. I'm
Yeah.
like, John Cena would be more likely to go into the Elimination Chamber than CM Punk. I'm like, how's this guy gonna get it?
Mhm.
But I forgot about that he could pull the favor bullshit too. So
All
I don't know.
favor.
That
And
makes more
see,
sense
for
though.
me, I have like my prediction of what I truly think is going to happen with the men's rumble this year. I think somebody who has won it before is going to win it this year.
Roman,
So
Randy,
that could be Roman, that could
CM
be
Punk.
John,
CM Punk's
that
never
could
won,
be
actually.
Punk's never won. No.
Drew.
It could be Drew. It could be
Goldberg.
Randy. You know. Um,
Hulk Hogan.
Shawn
Goldberg's never
Michaels.
Goldberg's never won it either.
The Rock.
Uh,
Everyone thought he was gonna come up 31, and if he still does
yeah,
it, if he's
that'd
swerving
be
us
dope.
because everyone
Shinsuke
realized
Nakamura,
31.
bro.
Did he win?
That'd be
Oh, he
dope.
did win. Holy shit! Wow. Okay, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Shinsuke. Also, yeah, I was thinking maybe Shinsuke versus Cena. So at least there's a belt on the line, but
That's a
I don't know
US
what's
title.
happening on that side.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, John Cena loves it. He's gonna start from the bottom and go all the way up, bro.
It's true.
I'm not saying he's gonna win. I'm saying he's gonna lose. Like at Mania, he's losing no matter what.
But it's also interesting
But
that instead of like doing the Grand Slam and winning the Intercontinental title, he went straight to the 17th title in the conversation in his promo.
Yeah, I think
well,
this
maybe that'll change though.
it could change, but like I do think that there's definitely more equity and more of a thing. Like people are more so talking about him being the 17th champion than he is being Grand Slam, right? So
The
I'm
next
ready
question I
for
was
the
gonna ask you
ride,
guys
bro.
is Liv Morgan. What do you think her story lies now, or Rhea Ripley at this point?
I
'Cause
kind of feel like Liv is gonna sort of. I think the story now is probably gonna be like the Judgment Day stuff, like what's going on in between the Judgment Day, where that
Yeah.
leads. The other rumors were saying that Finn was also gonna have a big year, so
Mm,
Finn's obviously gonna talk his ish about Liv Morgan losing and how they didn't listen to Finn in some way, shape, or form. So that'll probably be kind of where things kind of taper off into. Where that leads, I don't know. Um, if we're talking about rumors, it was rumored that Becky Lynch was supposed to return and confront Rhea Ripley after she won the world title, but that was
Yep.
pushed back. So in regards to where Rhea Ripley can go, I could see that being a thing. I want there to be like some sort of way, shape, or form that it ends up being Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair because I think that's the match that I want to see. But I don't
Oh,
think
100%.
we're going to get that this year either. That might be a next year thing.
I think it's gonna be Naomi
Um,
when she turns heel or whatever happens with that
yeah,
story. It's gonna be versus
yeah,
Bianca or Jade Cargill,
yeah,
but I don't see it
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
I think it'll still be Bianca versus Jade Cargill. I think Bianca might be revealed, or Bianca might be involved in some way, shape, or form in the whole thing, and I think that's the match that we'll get. But yeah, but
But
I feel like a
didn't
Bianca.
Bailey start?
Mhm.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on. I was gonna say, didn't Bailey get signed to Raw
I think
this
so. She
week,
had a
Was
or
conversation.
was that something
She had
else?
a conversation. She had a conversation, and nothing's been confirmed in regards to switches as of yet. But we've seen different
Mm-hmm.
superstars having conversations with
Okay.
GMs. So we saw Drew having a conversation
Oh,
with
okay.
Aldis and stuff like that. So nothing's been confirmed as of yet. But I could see like it's looking like they might send Bailey over to Raw, which would take her out of the storyline
Like
completely.
Liv versus Bailey, we can run that up. Why not? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like there's a
I'm
lot of
trying to
things
think
you
of
can
other
run up.
faces, but I feel like they're all. Sorry, go on.
No. Continue.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like all the faces on Raw. If I'm thinking about it, I'm probably missing some. Are all like in the mid card belt or the tag team.
You would be correct.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Fuck. Bring Natalia up, bro. What am I saying? Come
I
on.
was just gonna say. I think it's
Yeah.
Natalia's time. I think it's
Oh,
time
boy.
for Natalia.
Yeah.
We need some natty time. It's her turn. Heart.
Good God.
But yeah, Liv is probably gonna do the Judgment Day. I'm just going back to Eric's question. Probably gonna do the stuff with the Judgment Day. Maybe that would set up a match between like Dom and Finn or something, or like Dom and somebody since he hasn't wrestled in like 12 years. I was hoping he was gonna have a big year this year, but he's still kind of in the shadows. We'll see. Maybe they can do a feud between like it's not a feud, but like Liv being like Dom, like you're so stupid, like what are you doing, like kind of thing. Maybe turn Dom face. I don't know. Like he gets big reactions as a dirty heel, so
Mhm.
something I don't know. And then yeah, she can run it up with the what's her name, big cojones back for the tag team
Oh
belts
my
or something. I
God.
don't
The
know.
Chingona bomb.
Yeah,
Mhm. That's
she had
possible.
her time in the spotlight. Now it's down to the mid card with her.
Okay. They're all good ideas. Yeah, honestly, people were
Bring
so sick of
Alexa Bliss back.
her reign from what I saw. So okay. Any more grain of salt, Derek?
No, that's all I got.
Okay. I know there's a couple more matches that are for Monday Night Raw of next week. So Finn Balor and Damian Priest are in a street fight match next week. It's supposed to squash the beef permanently. That's it. End of their storyline. No more feud with them. Thank God. I guess that'll bring a little bit of that Judgment Day little scrapping in the background. That might happen. Penta's first match with trying to remember who it is with actually. Chad Gable, thank you. Yeah, with Chad Gable because he asked for it. I believe the New Day they might still have that match at the end. I'm not too sure with Rey Mysterio and their gang. I don't know.
Maybe.
The women's Intercontinental Championship supposed to still happen, and I think that's it. That was booked previously.
Yeah, they booked 4 matches for next week. So
Okay. And I don't know what's going on SmackDown this week, but I'm hoping like it's gonna be big repercussions with Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, the women's championship, of course. There's been 2 women's champions, guys. Actually, two title change for the women's title in 1 week, both SmackDown and Raw.
Yep.
What's happening upstairs? Oh my God.
Next Monday they got to bring Gunther out though.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people complaining like he wasn't there at all.
he's the
I
Raw
don't know if
champion.
something's maybe he took a day off, but like there's no way like
He was
that's
there.
my main like no, he was in a promo.
No, he was
yeah,
there. No, he was there at
he
the
was
arena
actually there. He
because
just wasn't on TV. Yeah.
they were doing promotions in the background. He was hitting
Oh,
like a
okay.
dummy and stuff. Like it was a dummy of himself that people can hit. Like it's like a power machine. But he was there. He just wasn't there. You know?
Yeah, that's why I don't get like if you're showing a new audience, you should be showing the people that are like on the top, no matter what. Like I don't know if they didn't have like you should have time for him, especially like he's the Raw guy. Why are you showing Cody? You know what I mean? Like it makes sense because the Rock and whatever, but like he should have at least had a segment come out like cut a promo against the Rock or cut a promo against John Cena. Like not hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it kind of
Like
goes back
what
to
they did with Rhea.
yeah. I think what it goes back to is again like what the show's purpose was, and I think it was just to show people, right? Like I agree. I think Gunther should have had a segment, but like Cody was there because Cody's the poster boy for WWE, right? He's the John Cena of WWE, so he had to be there, right? But I do definitely think that they should at least have like some like promo at the very least. But I feel like with Gunther,
Something,
like
you
he
know what I
doesn't just
mean?
like coming out just for the sake of coming out. Like I don't think they wanted to really build into any other storylines that were more, I guess, wrestling related until like they started to get their feet wet. Right. I think the main thing was just like let's make sure that we get all the guys that the casual fans know out there so that they know what we're about kind of thing. And then next week,
Yeah.
if they stay, then we'll show them, hey, here's Gunther, here's Braun Breaker, here's all these other guys, right? So
I don't know. I felt like they could have worked him in somehow.
I agree.
Especially him. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I agree.
you
Yeah.
should be showing off who's like who you're gonna be seeing week to week. Like of course you're gonna have Rock come out, but like there should have been a segment there somewhere.
Yeah. And there
with
was
that,
definitely the
like,
Yeah,
time.
the Hulk Hogan segment.
Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah, cut that shit.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
now they know. I
bro,
guess I
and
think they
like
figured.
even if you put him in the middle, sorry,
No, yeah, good. Do you think?
no, I was just saying like he could have at least had one like during the commercial break or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's I don't know. I just feel like it's more personal when you have a wrestler come out to the ring than cut like a video promo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
he could have came out with Ludwig and did the whole just entrance, been like, "Hey, I'm, you know, The Rock, you know this, blah blah blah," but like I'm the person that runs the show, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
feel like they just like diminished that title, like way. Like I had a problem with that. The rest of the show I understand, but that
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like you're putting CM Punk and Seth on the show, that's great, but like cut their match down or something, or I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, and
Mhm.
that's the thing.
You
Like,
know?
it's not like they didn't have the time, and they could have played around with time as well too. So, I think it's just one of
Mhm.
those things where they figured that they already had the show loaded, and then when it came down
Yeah.
to it, it was just like, oh, well, look, we have all this extra time. Then we probably could have done this. Like, and I was telling Eric, like, they were, but the amount of like dead space moments that they had throughout the show where they were showing the crowd or they were having like those small vignettes,
Mhm.
they had enough time that they could have put another segment in there. And I think
Fair.
it would have been cool that they could have put like Gunther in there to cut a promo of some sort because we know that he can cut a promo and it could be whatever. So I don't know, but they made the decision. And again, like going to your point too, you have the eyes on you now because all those guys are there. It's a perfect
Mhm.
opportunity to expose your guy, right? Especially the guy who's going to be carrying Monday Night Raw like pretty much every episode afterwards, right? So
Yeah. I don't know. That was my only gripe with the show, other than like Hulk Hogan, but fuck that guy.
yeah,
Mhm.
What was the? Sorry, I had one more thing. You go on. I'm trying to remember what it was.
The next thing I was going to show quickly before we move on to Great Assault, to the dirt sheets, was NXT. So a couple big things that happened on the NXT event besides The Rock coming out. One of them is what I believe it was Julia, correct? Julia finally beat
yeah,
Roxanne
Roxanne Perez.
Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. And Oba Femi, in his first world title match for NXT, anyways, has defeated Whoop That Trick for his NXT
Hmm.
Championship. So it means two things. Trick Williams is going to the main roster via the Royal Rumble, of course. And Roxanne Perez is going to the main roster via the Royal Rumble, of course. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. These guys, it looks like that their call is coming soon, and it's. I'm always scared and skeptical whenever the NXT call-ups happen because you see how big they are in NXT. I think Trick Williams is gonna have a huge reaction when he debuts. I think Roxanne too. She's been exposed to the main roster audience a few times already with her appearances at Royal Rumble, so I think that she will be good. But you take someone like Lyra Valkyria, who was relatively over at NXT, and then on the main roster, she's kind of still finding her way. I'm always just scared, like, where will they fit in, and will the crowd resonate with them once they make that jump?
And a part of
So
them was their fault, in all honesty. It just, I don't know, the characters they developed and the way they push themselves. For Lyra, I don't feel like she has like
she doesn't have a character, and
charisma or anything.
yeah. Yeah, whereas Roxanne, especially her heel character, like it's something, right? So I hope that she comes in as a heel because as a babyface, she's kind of the same as Lyra Valkyria. There's not really much there, but as a heel, being like the prodigy as she calls herself, being like the one that like she knows how good she is. Like that's the character that I want to see on Raw or SmackDown, kind of like trying to show like like you guys have been here, but I just know that better than you. And just kind of her going through like one by one kind of thing, right? But we'll see.
Hopefully she doesn't end up like Mello on the other
Mello,
brand,
and
because
that's
that
what I'm
sounds a lot
afraid of
like
too, because
Mello.
that's Mello was very much like that too. That's what I'm afraid of as well. Like Mello was very much like that as well, and he kind of got lost in the sauce because WWE always feels that they have to put like the veteran over and stuff like that. So, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
The other things that happened in the background is apparently Fatal Influence was taken down. Not sure what's going on there, but Shotzi's in NXT. King beats Dempsey in a sudden death rules match, and Stephanie Vakir becomes the #1 contender to the North American title, I believe it was.
Yeah, she did, and then Shotzi said that since she pinned the North American champion in their 6-man match, that they're or 6-women match, that they're gonna have a one-on-one match to see who the true #1 contender is next week
Which
in
is like
NXT.
defeats the whole purpose of the #1 contenders match. I don't know.
Very much so. So I was kind of like miffed about that because, like, I get it, Shotzi's back and she's relatively over, and she, but like, whatever, it's fine.
Oh,
If we have another match, Stephanie will probably win that one too. So
mm, and The Rock slapped a man's ass. I think it was Ethan Page.
it was Ethan Page. That was very random. It was just funny. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I really want to see. I really wish I saw Ethan
More
Page's
ass
face
slapping?
because I know.
Okay.
No. Yeah, Ethan, cause I know that he would have just like sold it so well. But I also know that that was definitely not like that was improvised for sure, kind of thing, right? So, yeah, kind of funny, but yeah,
He hit his daughter, so he slaps his ass instead.
yep.
Crazy. But yeah, that was the replay. Um, do we have anything in the sheets before we create our roster?
Yeah, Rogers' ass, bro.
Okay.
No, the one thing I'm gonna go look, but we can start talking about why the hell WWE is insisting on Hulk Hogan coming back to wrestle or be a manager. Nobody wants it. Nobody cares. Just leave him in the old folks' home for the love of God, bro.
How many times we have to teach you those as an old man?
Facts.
Well, he's got that new
Yeah.
sponsorship with that stupid beer. I think that's the only reason why. I think they paid him a lot of money, so they kind of want to make good on their investment. And obviously, it would make sense for him not to be featured, but like the whole idea that there could be speculation that he might come back as a heel or something like that is like he doesn't have heel heat. Like people just don't want to see him. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
This
I
is
don't know.
gonna turn into like even worse.
Yeah,
And I don't know if Triple H like either when he signed the Legends contract with him or whoever did, like got binded into this, but I don't think it's a good look. Same thing with the Saudi Arabia thing. I don't know if Triple H is in with this or if this is over his head. But apparently Hulk Hogan was mocked by a bunch of WWE talent, including Pat McAfee. I didn't watch the clip, but
didn't know
they mocked him basically. So I don't see how this is gonna work at all. Not my problem, but I'll just be skipping it because Netflix, lovely jubbly. Goldberg is apparently returning before the Royal Rumble.
yep.
Again, old people don't understand. Just let John Cena do his thing and leave these other old bastards on the ground. I think we didn't speak on it, but apparently the Royal Rumble is going to Saudi Arabia. I think that was confirmed
Mhm.
since
Yeah,
we
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all right. The women's Royal Rumble is gonna suck, but whatever. I don't know why they would host a main pay per view there if people, because some people opt out of going there. So it should be interesting to see. Didn't we have the greatest Royal Rumble there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Am I
exactly.
tripping? Is that somewhere
that
else?
was it. That was a canon. That was a canon.
Honestly, like they
Okay. I'm just making sure that it was in the same place because
Yeah.
I guess they did it.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sorry,
did.
go on, Hurt.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
gonna
they
say
did it Saudi
people
Arabia.
usually skip even watching the Saudi Arabia pay-per-views just so early. Like, why would they put the Royal Rumble that day? It's beyond me. Also, it says it starts at 6
Mhm.
p.m. Eastern on February 1st, so be ready for that as well for the Royal Rumble this year.
Yay.
Yeah, I will make sure that I am ready for that. Just gonna make considered effort. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because I know that's like even with Netflix, like everyone's gonna be watching it at the same time. So will it be broadcasted at the same time? And I don't know. We'll that's a next year problem. We don't really need to worry about that right now. But
Yep.
um,
Uh, yeah, I'm just looking. I don't think there's any more news, but I think I'll just ask you guys generally because we're probably gonna move into the roster stuff. But who do you think special appearances are gonna be at the Royal Rumble? Because right now I don't feel like there's a lot of people in my head that would show up. Like I feel like there's gonna be a general like Royal Rumble. Like there's been no leaks other than Goldberg, which we've already seen him
Mm.
come back before. Like I'm trying to think of like other than NXT, like what returns will we see, or like, I don't know. Do you
I
guys have
I think
any ideas?
I think it's going to be similar to the last couple of years where there hasn't been that many surprises in the men's Royal Rumble. I think it's going to be more so the women's Royal Rumble, where a lot of returning talent will come back. Again, everyone speculates AJ Lee, but from what we saw yesterday and what she said, sorry, yesterday, 2 days ago, and what she said as of late, I think Nikki Bella is going to be one of the options that's going to return as a surprise for the women's Royal Rumble.
Mhm.
When it comes to the men's, I feel like there's so much talent on the roster and on NXT that they're just gonna stick to what they have. The only surprise would be The Rock and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. And
Besides
maybe
that,
Joe
I don't think
Hendry,
so.
but like I feel like he isn't popular anymore. So
Yeah, he lost his touch.
Yeah, I think Joe Hendry might be a valid one to potentially show up. But yeah,
decent pop.
Maybe Zack Ryder or something like that, or Matt Cardona now. But
Matt Cardona. Oh, that'd be
Ooh.
interesting. That'd be interesting if they
Osmos will
actually
probably
pulled it
come
off.
back. Will Moss.
Oh, radio. Oh, maybe Wade Barrett. Maybe that's why he's not on commentary anymore.
Wait,
Aha!
broken neck.
It makes a lot of sense.
Baby Big E.
Remember he was beefing with Drew?
Kofi and Xavier fighting. Maybe Big E comes out. Can you imagine?
That'd
Uh,
be
I
that
wish.
would be the surprise of all surprises.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
think
god.
I like no confirmation, but Corey Graves was commentating on NXT yesterday, so I think there might be. I think it might be Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett on SmackDown.
What testosterone?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm
interesting.
assuming. Because yeah, Corey Graves was on the NXT call. And it seems like he's gonna be there permanently. So
But they're supposed to make a 3-man group, but
I mean,
okay.
if they did, then
Nah,
Corey Graves
scratch
could do
that
both.
shit, bro. I don't think we need to go back to 3-man commentary teams. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it's a
I
little
think
bit
it's fine
chaotic.
the way it is, you know? It made sense back in the day, but even like King and JR is like, you know, one person's just grunting the whole time. The other would commentate. So
Puppies.
maybe JBL, he's been doing his rounds everywhere. He can come back and lock down the border.
Oh,
Maybe.
good God.
Anyways, yeah, that was it for in the sheets. I'll come more prepared when my internet decides to go up.
Okay, so I guess on to fantasy. To end it up.
Sure.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. So now we have our fantasy lined up here. Do you have the stream up, or do you want me to share my screen?
I have the stream up.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's gonna be big enough for everyone to see, but as we discussed earlier, I'll put up the rules once again for everyone who is watching our fantasy. We draft a total of 12 superstars. We are in our fourth season now. I've won the first two. Matt won the last one. We're on to our next one. We've introduced some rules along the way, which we'll show here too. So we draft a total of 12 superstars, 6 active spots, 2 main event spots, 1 mid card spot, 1 woman spot, 1 woman/mid card spot, 1 tag team spot. Our restrictions are 2 champions drafted per team. I don't know if we want to change that to 3 yet. We'll discuss that in the next coming weeks. Right now, we're just going to select which category all the wrestlers are at. 2 tag teams maximum per team, 4 main eventers maximum per team. This is our point system when it comes to regular events and pay-per-view events. I guess we still get the pay-per-view, the commercial bonuses because the screen turns black. So
Mhm.
there's still going to be those rules there. We have our point system. So if you're first of the week, you get 3 points. Second place gets 1 point. Third place gets 0 points. But they do get a wild card if they lose that week, except for pay-per-view weeks. So the loser spins a wheel to select a wild card, and they must play it when they receive it. This is the wild cards that we have selected. We'll be adding more when we come up with more ideas the next couple of weeks. And again, we'll always take your opinions along the way. Perfect. So here we have our teams, because before we would just be selecting on the fly and be like, this person's a main eventer, this person's a mid carder. But this time we're going to actually set them in stone. We're going to have the picture. I'm going to send it to everyone afterwards. But here we are. This is where we select. this should be the current WWE Raw roster. If we're missing anyone, we can add pictures and we can have our opinions. If anyone wants to join us on the chat and let us know, feel free. What you guys think it should be. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
First person, Omos, because he is still part of the Raw roster. Where do you guys think he lies?
Mid card.
Jobber?
Is there even a jobber category? But
No, I believe he's a mid carder.
Nick
on
Carter.
All right,
Oh,
mid
my
carder.
boy Omar, bro. My guy's in Japan, bro, living it up right now as a superstar giant.
I know. Okay, next, Shamers himself, the Celtic Warrior, Celtic as they would say.
Nick Carter.
mid card.
You guys believe mid card? Okay. I have no idea who that is. There's NXT wrestlers here, so we're gonna be ignoring that for a little bit. AJ Styles, he's injured right now, but where do you guys think he would be at? I think he's a SmackDown main
Nick
eventer.
Carter.
We don't have that many main eventers in general. I think he's
still really. I would put him in a main event spot for now, I guess.
he's a SmackDown main eventer for now. He's not gonna be back for a long time, regardless. So unless he does come
Yeah.
back, which would be another surprise for Matt on his little list.
Oh.
Well, they have everybody here. So they have Kem and Razor, which I believe is a tag team. So
Yeah.
when
Yeah, they're a tag team.
when I find him along the way, there he is. They're a tag team. Okay. Oh, is this girl still on the roster? Abba Fire? Is that her name?
Alba Fire, yeah,
Abba
she
Fire?
is. She's still on the roster.
She's on the-
She's a part of
She's doing NXT stuff, but she's on Raw.
she's a part of a tag team still with the other
Yeah,
girl.
with Aladon, yeah, they're still a tag team.
What is that? An I? Her name starts
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
What is that? Velvet? I can't see her, but I guess I'll find her along the way. Okay. Alexa Bliss is apparently on the roster. I'm just gonna put her on women's.
Yeah, put her in the Fat Body.
Anyways, Andrade, mid card.
Mid card.
For mid card.
Okay. I forgot this guy's name already.
Angel Garza, he's a tag team.
The tag team. I'll
And
put
he's
the
with
Humberto.
Humberto, yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at
Titus O'Neil, or not Titus O'Neil.
Jesus
Apollo
Christ.
Crews.
No,
Apollo
no,
Crews.
I moved him up already. Partner of Ford. I can't believe I
Oh.
forgot his name.
D'Angelo Dawkins,
Dawkins, that's it.
or
he's
Angelo
already
Dawkins, I should say.
Him. Anyways, in the tag team spot. Apollo Crews, he's a tag team?
No, he's mid card.
He's a mid card now because Corbin left.
Baron Corbin's gone, yeah.
Who's this guy? NXT?
Ashanti D Adonis, he's on NXT, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Asuka can come back for the Women's Royal Rumble. She's straight to
could.
women's. That'd be pretty cool.
She could.
He-Town Down as a tag team.
Yep.
That guy's NXT. Bailey's a woman.
Yep.
Thank God they have Becky Lynch already. I didn't have to add her afterwards. Guess she is a part of the main roster. Bianca Belair's a woman, but also a tag team champion. But her tag team partner is not there anymore.
Yo, Naomi's there, so Naomi's her tag team partner currently.
Okay. So she's gonna be in the tag team then.
Yeah.
This girl, I forgot she's on the roster. She's there as Blair Davenport. Is that her name?
Yep.
Oof. Go with my names. All right. Braun Strowman. Mid card, yeah?
Mid card.
Okay. This girl is not there. Brock Lesnar. He's a free agent. Where do you think? Main event?
Main event for sure.
I mean, you can go to any, so I'll just put him on Raw right now. Braun
The
Breaker.
monster among mid carders.
Braun Breaker is
Mid-card.
a mid-card champion, so he has to be there. Don't know who that guy is, but he's probably NXT. Big Bronson Reed. Emphasis on the BIG.
Mid card.
Mid-card?
Dead.
I know he's injured. Half his roster's injured. NXT. This guy's a tag team. Pixie Girl is a women's. Carlito. What do you think? Individual? You think he's a part of a tag team?
Individual mid card.
Individual mid card? Matt, you think so?
I agree.
Okay. Who's this girl right here? Isn't that Thing's wife? Carmella?
Oh, that is Carmella. Yeah.
She's still on the roster? It's crazy.
I mean, she is. She's just on mat leave.
I want Derek to answer this one right now. Mello, where does he belong?
Mid card.
Yeah. All
At
right.
McDonald's.
Jonathan Cena.
Main event.
An
Main
eventer.
eventer.
He's
Wait,
he's on
technically
Raw
he's
right
a
now. currently.
mid-carder. Technically, he's gonna be a mid-carder.
We'll see. We'll see. Right now he's in the main event spot for now. And again, Raw,
Okay.
SmackDown, who knows? We'll see in the next couple of weeks. We'll draft the last week during Royal Rumble. I don't know if we mentioned that, guys. When it's gonna be Royal Rumble week, we'll draft and then we'll start our season from there. Who's this guy right here? NXT?
That NXT. He's on NXT. Yeah, it's Cedric Alexander.
Anyways, Chad Gable,
Mid.
mid. NXT people, Charlotte Flair, women's. Who is that? Is that Chelsea Green?
What?
That's Chelsea Green.
Okay, mid card. She's mid card women's champion. Are we adding the third champion, by the way, guys? Because there's gonna be a lot of champions on the roster now. Now that I think of it.
We're gonna have to.
I have a comment in the chat that says Diste Braco.
Is that finished?
I hope so. It says Peru and it says Super Saiyan Blue, so this is fantastic.
Oh.
But I don't sure. Who is this guy? Oh, it's the tag team dude. No, this guy from the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah. It's Chris Sabin.
Thank you. CM Punk. Oh, this is gonna be a good topic. CM Punk, where does he belong?
Main
You think
event.
he's a mid carder or main eventer?
Main event, unfortunately.
Okay. Who does he belong to? Raw?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah? Raw? Okay. Cody Rhodes, main event of SmackDown. That's NXT. Who's this guy right here?
That is. Oh, that's Wait, that's the thing. That's the He's in LWO. He's
Oh, is he? Is he tag team partner with the
yeah.
other guy?
Yeah, with the other guy.
Okay.
Angel Garza and Humberto. Joaquin Wild and Fernando Torres.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Who's this person?
No problem.
That is.
Bro, do you even watch wrestling? Like, come on.
Honestly, that's NXT.
Oh, that's Dakota. That's Dakota Kai. That's Dakota Kai.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure that is.
Oh, does anyone have a translator in the chat? Because it's not. I think it sounds more like Portuguese. Actually, I don't think it's Spanish. Unless
Oh,
it's
I think-
Croatian.
I
Unless
think
it's
it's
Matt, because Matt is a Croatian here. Because we have the
Maybe.
Croatian in the tag.
Could be. Buddy,
Croatian
I'm trying to
god.
fix my life
Okay.
here. I can't even.
Okay, he's Croatian. So
That's
that's
crazy.
so it's not Spanish. So it's not from the Colombian side. That's Matt below, the one with the yellow. He can't show his face right now.
Hrvatska.
He's the Croatian. Now it makes more
Okay.
sense. Okay.
Hrvatska, Modric, all that stuff.
Oh my, Luka
Oh my
Modric.
God.
Fantastic. Anyways,
Good
chat with
Croatian.
him in the chat if you like.
Bro, I can't
Dakota
even
Kai
chat with you guys. Bro.
is
How are we
mid-card?
supposed to chat with
It's called Google Translate. Here we are as another woman. Oh, did I put it on the wrong one? No, Dakota Kai's right here.
Oh, then who else is that?
It kind of looks like
Is it Natalia?
no. I don't know who that is.
Hold on, let me.
Looks like an NXT wrestler. Can I double click on the picture? Can I?
Can you like make him large? I don't know.
You mean big?
This
Bronson?
person. Okay, I've never seen that girl before in my life, bro.
All right, let me see. Hold
Bro,
on.
share your screen so I can help.
Hold on.
please.
Let me see her.
This girl.
Oh,
Please
she's
just
in
share the
NXT.
screen.
She's in NXT. She's in NXT.
Here, I'll share the screen with Matt.
I forgot her name, but yeah. I know
Okay,
who
here
that
we
is.
go. Here we go. I got you. Where is she?
She's gone now. Dakota Kai, we're putting in the women's spot. Damian Priest, main event, mid card. What do you think? I think
Ooh.
he's Raw main eventer.
Oh, that's a tough one, bro. I guess leave him in the main event.
He's been in the spotlight for now. We have enough mid carders, I think. That girl's NXT. That guy's probably NXT. Oh, one of the Howdy brothers. What should we do? Tag team?
I
I
guess.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't think they even wrestle, bro. They only wrestle in tag team. There's the tag team champions already here. DIY, do it yourself, as they would say, because they can't do it themselves. Dragon Lee, mid card.
That guy is even. He's about to get replaced by Penta, bro.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah?
of course. You already know, bro. You don't even have to even worry about that.
No, I'm not sure if you guys wanted to do tag team, but yeah, I guess it wouldn't make sense. Drew McIntyre, Raw, still.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Raw main
full
eventer.
Raw.
NXT. I think this girl's NXT. Is that the Viking Raider dude? I'll throw him in there. He has the other one. Perfect. Got the combo. Ethan Page is gonna be in the main event. Main roster soon. No, he's supposed to jump.
We'll wait till he gets up.
Okay, I found another Howdy Bros, so they can be there. Finn Balor. Is he tag team champion still?
No,
Nope.
Who are the tag team champions again? Of Raw? Can someone
it
remember?
was him. It was
Don't
him
know.
and Funko Pop. But the Viking Raiders or the Warriors are the tag team champions now.
Oh God, I miss
God,
wrestling.
God.
I did not see that. Okay. Cool. That's pretty cool. That's actually news to me. Sick. So Finn's main eventer, I lie?
I would put him in the main event. Yeah.
Matt, you agree?
Sure. You need main eventers.
Is Vinci still on the main roster? I guess so. Mid card.
He is, but he's very much not on TV.
This girl is the girl that belongs to what's his name? Karrion Cross. Literally belongs to.
I
Town
don't even
down
think she wrestles.
with
Leave her down
Grayson
there.
Waller. Okay. Gunther, the Ring General, is the Raw main event champion. Look at Raw compared to SmackDown so far. Crazy. All right, let's try to bulldoze through a lot of these guys here. Alberto Carrillo is the tag team partner of this guy over here, Angel Garza. Oh, Ilya Dragunov. I forgot he's the thing. Mid card?
Mid card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Bunch of NXT people. There's the tag team partner of the other girl. This girl, I guess, is a part of the main roster too. Io Sky, women's. Jade Cargill, I guess she's a tag team.
I guess. Yeah.
Oh my,
Velvet
Jacob
Edge.
Fatu. Mid card, ally.
For mid card.
Okay. Derek? Yeah, he's a mid carder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, more NXT things. More NXT things. More NXT wrestlers. Yeet. Jey Uso. Good conversation point. Though his name is main event Jey Uso, do you guys believe he's a main event guy? Mid card or
If
main
Drew's
eventer?
in the main event, then he should be.
Yeah. I would put him in the main event.
It's confirmed. Jey Uso is a main eventer. Congratulations, you're on Raw. Jimmy Uso though.
Mid.
Mid card, ally. Mid card. Okay. This is the other guy from LWO. I don't know where the other dude is. He's over here, I think. We found the other Howdy, my brother. NXT. There's the
Fake
other.
LA Knight, bro. Who is that?
There's the other tag team guy. Oh, I forgot this girl. Is she a tag team or is she the dancing glow
Tag.
girls? I think it's a tag
Yeah.
team.
Tag team. Yeah. They're a tag team.
Tag team.
But then Io Sky's a woman because she's individual, no? Who's she tag team
Yeah.
with?
No, EOS guys on her own.
No, but Kairi Sane.
She
now.
was with Kairi
Dakota
Sane.
Kai, no?
No, because Dakota Kai's
I don't
fighting
even
for the
know.
mid card women's championship next week.
Yeah, I think they kind of just make it an interchangeable thing whenever they do, but like they seem to both be doing single stuff right now. So
So single it is until Asuka comes back, I guess.
yeah,
Holy smokes. Are these guys still on the roster? The farmer stands?
injured, but yes, they are still on there.
Tag team?
In Japan.
Yeah,
I don't know what the other one is. Okay, Karrion Cross, mid card?
Yep.
Yep.
Found the other dancing girl right beside the other one. NXT, Kevin Owens, SmackDown main eventer. Yeah,
Yep.
Matt. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Fill him up then.
He has a title, bro. What are you talking
Oh, he's
about?
fighting for the title. Yeah, and yeah, he has the other title.
No, he has a title.
Kofi Kingston's tag team.
Mhm.
LA
Yep.
Knight mid card. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. All NXT wrestlers. We have Liv Morgan, woman.
Women, yeah.
Logan Paul mid card.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of NXT people in here. Ludwig Kaiser is individual, no mid card.
He's
Yeah,
individual,
he
yeah.
fights
mid-card.
Sheamus, I think, as well next week.
Yeah. Hell yeah, him and Sheamus. Yes.
Our Valkyria, it's a given. Freaking the girl from. Thank you for our name already.
Maxine
Next.
Dupree.
Yeah. All NXT people. Is this Montez Ford? I think so, right?
Yeah, it's Montez.
Yeah. Dawkins. Okay. They were starting to go to more of the main roster right now. Dominic Mysterio mid card.
Yeah.
Naomi, now current tag team champion with
With
Bianca
Bianca.
Belair. Okay. Natalia, women's. Let's see what we got here. Nia Jax, women's. I didn't even think she's Sister Abigail now, but I guess she's still part of the roster.
Yeah.
Women's, Nikki Cross. A lot of NXT freaking people in here. Otis is tag team. Penta's a mid card, yeah? Well, I think he's gonna be pushed
Yeah.
to the mid card for now. Pete Dunne, mid card? He's on the tag
Yeah.
team right now. I forgot he was in the roster. Piper Niven, woman?
Woman.
Yeah, because
Last time I checked.
she's not a tag team. Last time I checked, she's not a tag team anymore.
Yeah.
There's Yes Boy. Both of them are there. Randy Orton, SmackDown main eventer.
Mhm.
Okay. Very little SmackDown main eventers from what I'm seeing here. Raquel Rodriguez, woman.
Mhm.
Rey Mysterio, mid card.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This point I say Rhea Ripley, woman. I have no idea who this guy is over here. Oh, it's the guy who broke Biggie's neck. NXT R-Truth
Right.
is mid card.
Mhm.
Okay. Bobby Roode is only part of the roster. Roman Reigns is SmackDown main eventer.
Mhm.
Good God. Nyang, 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 nyang. Tag team with his brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you can leave him as a mid carder at this point. This is
Yeah. Tom Tonga's not even there, but I guess they are a tag team. Or Tonga Loa is not there.
Tonga higher and Tonga lower. Would you guys draft him to the mid card?
I would
Maybe.
probably because I don't think Tonga Loa is gonna
Okay.
be back for
So
another
for
few
now,
months.
it would be mid card then. Okay. Where did we leave off here? Sami Zayn. He's a part of the SmackDown roster still, yeah? Or is it Raw
Raw
roster?
roster. I would put a main event.
Matt, main event. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving forward now. This guy's a mid carder. No, Escobar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Next is that's not the wife. The wife is over Karrion Cross. I guess I picked up the wrong girl. I don't know where she went. Thought I had her here somewhere.
You should put her next to Cross. Or no?
No, this right there, beside the pixie dust.
Beside Pixie Dust. No, this is the other. This is Carmella. I mean, Karrion Cross is.
Bro, she don't even wrestle no more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just leave her out. We're not going to use her.
All right.
Seth Rollins, Raw main event.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Ross full up with main eventers. The Perfect 10, Shayna Baszler, tag team? Or do you want to
Tag
put her in the
team.
women's spot? Tag team? Okay. Let's see. Shinsuke Nakamura's mid-card champion. Shotzi, I don't think she's in the main roster right now. Solo,
No, she's
SmackDown
NXT.
main eventer.
I would say main event. Yeah.
Okay. Gotta put some respect on his name. Don't know who that is. This girl, forgot her name already.
Sonya
Sonya
Deville.
Deville, tag team. Is there in a three-way tag team?
AEW.
A&W? Sounds great right now. I'd have a bite.
I said AEW.
Who's this girl? I don't know who that is. Who that is? Don't know who that
NXT,
is.
NXT.
The Mrs.
NXT.
Midcard?
Mrs. Midcard, yeah.
Midcard's filling up over here. It's the tag team partner of Otis. Soon, Trick
When
Williams,
that
but
guy
not
was
yet.
on TV, bro. Crazy.
Uncle Howdy Midcarter?
Wait, put Tyler Bate in the mid card, bro. What are you saying?
Is he
Oh,
still
yeah,
part of
he's
the
on-
roster?
Yeah, he's just injured.
Oh my god. Okay. Who else we have here? She's still part of the roster? I'm
Nope.
gonna leave her out for now.
She is there, but she's not doing anything.
Bombs, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston. I don't even see Luke Gallows here. Fill in the farmers. Anyways, NXT. Selena Vega is the tag team partner of the sisters here. Is that supposed to be Tiffy time?
Yep.
I'll throw her in here. She's the women's champion. And who else we have here left? The Rock. Let's put him on SmackDown main event.
Oh yeah, man.
Is that it for the roster?
Yeah,
We're not putting women in main event spots.
Roman's there already.
Women's are in their own
I
spot.
said
Oh,
yeah.
women?
women.
Oh,
Yeah, women's have their own spot.
Even if they're champions, bro.
Yeah. This will be. Women can't be champions, huh? I'm gonna see if there's anybody
No,
else on the
no,
roster.
I'm saying that there's no SmackDown main eventers, so at least if we had Tiffy time, you could use her. You know. You feel me?
I'm gonna see if there's anybody more because yeah, you're kind of right. We're very low on SmackDown main eventers. Unless we want to like get rid of just SmackDown main event, just be main event. I don't know. Maybe that'd be too
That's up
much.
to you.
Let me take a look and see if we're missing anyone, or if you guys can take a look with me, see if I'm missing anyone here. Big E still on the roster apparently.
yeah, I mean, he is just injured.
Oh, Braun Strowman's
They have it.
SmackDown.
You'll be able to filter, by the way. You go up,
You be able to what?
Filter it.
filter it like SmackDown or Raw.
Oh, okay,
Like the
okay.
NXT bumps out of it.
Okay, so here's Raw. Trying to see if there's anyone here that we forgot. We said Damian Priest. Jey Uso
Ivy
is part of the
Nile.
roster. She was there. Added her to the women's.
Who the fuck is Kiana James, bro?
NXT.
Apparently she's here.
Oh, she's on Raw injured, apparently.
Kaiser, Dupree, The Miz, Erling. Yeah, that is the whole Raw roster. Holy smokes. I didn't think Zoe Stark was there, but SmackDown, Motor City Machine Guns are there. Oh my days. That might be the whole roster still. Yeah, The Rock is a part of the SmackDown roster. That's funny. And then that's it. Okay. Yeah, they better start signing more wrestlers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for 6 spots. We literally would have to choose every single one of these guys and then like rotate them when we get the chance. That's
Well,
hilarious.
then it's either we move the women up or we just eliminate the brand split.
The brand split it just
1,
to, yeah, I
2,
think that'd be
3,
the best
4,
idea.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just have main eventers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have to be the thing because like there's too many. There's too many.
Or we just run, or we just draft 2 main eventers and have 1 main eventer spot.
Less points. I
Because-
think it'd be less fun. I'd rather have
Oh, I
more
don't
main
know. I'm
eventers.
just there's only like 1.5 rows, and then the mid card and women's is like 3 rows each. You know what I'm saying?
I see. I
I don't
guess.
know. Though. We can discuss and figure it out.
Because if we do the math,
but
we each choose
that's
4
what I'm
people.
seeing.
There's 3 of us, so that'd be quick math 12. 12 out
Yeah.
of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we'd have 5 main eventers floating around, not chosen, not champions, because we have to have at least 2 champions. I think it's okay. We just select main eventers then. So just have 1 main event area.
Okay.
Is that okay, Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just put everyone here. We'll get rid of the SmackDown main eventer stuff afterwards. Delete row. Okay, perfect. And then women's mid card. I don't know why I had that there actually too. Okay, so that's the roster. I guess we can add people along the way. I can't save this apparently. I think it's just a one-time thing. No, can only just share the list.
Yeah, you can take a screenshot maybe.
Yeah, I would say
I
that.
can save the picture. I think it's set here, but
Yeah.
yeah. These are the teams. I'll send you guys the pictures. You guys note down what you expect to happen or who you expect to be drafting. I know Matt won the season, so he'd be choosing first. And then I choose second because I made it in second. And then Derek chooses last, but then I guess he gets the opportunity to draft twice after, right? You're the first person to draft twice, so.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, there we are. So I'm going to save this. Save or download. I guess download image. No, I would not like to create a thing. Thank you very much. Just gonna quickly check my downloads here. Confirm that it's here. Lovely. There we go. That's our roster. Oh my god, I'm excited to count points again. Okay, so looks like that will be it from us. I think we've chatted enough wrestling. That was our first podcast of the year. I'm going to post the replay after too for everyone who missed out. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Is there anything else you guys want to say?
See y'all next week.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
that.
sir. It is now the road to WrestleMania, so there's going to be a lot more with SmackDown and Raw. More titles
sir.
to be exchanged. More life. It's been your boy Eric from EMFC.
Oh my god. This is Matt. I'm in internet hell.
This is Derek in internet heaven.
Fuck you.
We'll catch you guys next week. Peace.